How is it going, everyone? As you guys might know, it is going to be one of, if not the biggest PlayStation Store sale of the year tomorrow, with the holiday sale kicking off. The year-end sale will be wrapping up, and the 4-week-long holiday sale will be kicking off with tons and tons of deals. Now, there are already about 150 deals or so available for PlayStation Plus subscribers as an early access. Don't worry, that is not going to be anywhere near the full catalog of deals that are going to be available. They did the same thing with the Black Friday sale. It's to incentivize people to sign up to PlayStation Plus, and they get access to some of the deals. They get the privilege and the honor to give PlayStation even more money ahead of time. So there you go with that. That is live for Plus members. But I want to talk a little bit about the holiday sale. And on top of that, we'll highlight some of the deals that are available right now. They'll roll right into the holiday sale when it opens for everyone that I think are quite good. But before we get into this, I do want to note that if you're looking to stock up on some PlayStation Wallet credit to buy games for the holiday sale, our friends at Instant Gaming have the hookup. They've got a wide variety of values discounted. You can get a $100 voucher code for $93. You can get a $75 code for $69.44, a $50 code for $46.25, a $25 code for $23.18, and a $10 code for $9.24. You'll save a little bit more. All you have to do is select the amount that you want, check out, and then after you pay, you'll get a voucher code that you can redeem on the PlayStation Store, either on the browser, or you can turn on your console, go to redeem code, and you can redeem it. Pretty easy to do. You'll get that credit added, and boom, you just got $100 for $93 or $75 for $69.44, whatever you want to do. So check that out, and obviously, it's credit that you could use towards anything. Games on the holiday sale, upcoming games like Resident Evil Requiem, and the games dropping in 2026, so on and so forth. So check that out, link in the description box below. And if you do enjoy our content and want to give us a little bit of a kickback, we do get a kickback if you just get the wallet credit from instantgaming.com. So link in the description box below. With that being said, like I said, the holiday sale will be kicking off tomorrow. Now, how it works is you're going to have 4 weeks of deals. The first 2 weeks, it's going to have a bunch of deals, but some of those deals will not be there for the entirety of the 4 weeks. Some of them will only be there for 2 weeks, and then those cycle out and new deals cycle in, if that makes sense. It's going to be a wide variety of stuff, so we're going to be doing our typical deals videos on them, but I do want to highlight as well some deals that are available right now that I think are quite good, so let's go over them. We got about 8 or so deals to go over. Mega Man 11 is 85% off for $4.49. This is a historic low price point for Mega Man 11 and a great price point as well on the game. I am more of a Mega Man X kid. Mega Man X4 was literally the very first console game that I played. It was Mega Man X4 and Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. I don't know which one came first. I'm pretty sure it was Mega Man X4. But yeah, I loved Mega Man X4. And, you know, again, bias towards Mega Man X, but really I have a bias towards Mega Man in general, and I love the Blue Bomber. So, you know, I'm very excited for Dual Override coming in 2027. Would I have liked a different Mega Man game, like a Mega Man X9, a Mega Man Battle Network 7? Sure. But I'll take what I can get when it comes to Mega Man. And Mega Man 11 was a quality action platformer, a bit of a throwback, but also modernized a bit, and I had a great time with it. So $4.49 on that, definitely a good pickup. Would highly recommend that. NieR games, NieR Automata Game of the YoRHa edition is $15.99. NieR Replicant is $23.99. I've said it many times in the past that it is a crime that NieR has been benched for this long. Like, when games come out that are as good as NieR Automata and sell as well as NieR Automata, what is going on that we cannot get regular NieR games? I get it, they did the mobile game, I get it, Yoko Taro was working on something that ultimately got canceled, I believe, but still, NieR is one of those franchises that should be a consistent fixture in gaming, and we should not have NieR getting benched for almost 9 years at this point since the release of Automata. Like, that's insanity, but Automata was a fantastic game, stylish action gameplay, phenomenal soundtrack, a great story that comes together by the end, and just had a fantastic time with that. NieR Replicant, also a quality game, 60% off for $24 there. This is a remake of the original NieR title that came out on PlayStation 3, and I played NieR back on the PS3. I didn't really get into it that much back in the day, but man, with Replicant, with this version, I should say, it was always called Replicant. With this version, I had a really solid time with it. It's not as good as Automata, the gameplay quite not as refined, but but it's still a very good game. The story's great, the soundtrack, once again, phenomenal in that regard, and very somber at times as well. Just a very engrossing game, I thought. $24 on that, good deal there. Although, you know, it's the Square Enix titles. You always wish these games were cheaper, but Square Enix games hold up in price, like, it seems like for eons. Like, when Dio Field Chronicle of all games is still $20, what are we doing? Like, Square, can we please discount these games a little bit more? NieR Replicant, $24. Automata, I get it being $15.99, but man, would be nice if we could get some of these games south of $10, but it is what it is. What is south of $10 is A Way Out, $5.39. If you're looking for a cheap co-op game to play over the holidays that's fairly quick to go through and you don't want to spend the bread on Split Fiction, A Way Out is a great title done by Hazelight, who did Split Fiction, who did It Takes Two. Great game with a lot of twists and turns narratively, and a worthwhile game to go through. And remember, if you buy the game, you invite a friend to play with you for free. It's co-op only, so you do need to have a friend to play it, but a great title there, and yeah, definitely worthwhile to check that out. Final Fantasy 16, the Complete Edition, 50% off for $34.99. You guys know me. I glaze Final Fantasy 16 a lot. I'm probably one of the staunch defenders of Final Fantasy 16 online. It seems like, you know, I like a lot of the Final Fantasy games that people generally had a mixed reception towards. I loved Final Fantasy 13, loved Final Fantasy 16, and the thing with Final Fantasy is I really do think you just gotta go into each of the games expecting something totally unique and not connected to the other games. And yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is a fairly simplistic action title, and it's got a lot of lengthy cutscenes. Like, it's a lot of cutscenes. However, I thought the narrative was pretty compelling, although I personally would have taken it in a different direction, and I didn't... It's not that I didn't like the direction it went in, I just felt like there was so much more potential exploring other avenues of the world. But overall, I still liked the game, and I thought it was a sheer spectacle of a game. Like, if you want a game to pop in over the holidays where people will walk into the room that aren't, you know, big into playing video games, and it's just on the big screen, and their jaw will be on the floor, I feel like Final Fantasy 16 is that game in terms of just... holy hell, like, this is one of those games that I've recommended to a ton of people that aren't into JRPGs. One of my close friends vehemently hates JRPGs, just hates anything weeb adjacent, but I got him to play Final Fantasy 16, and it was his favorite game of 2023. And he's not like a super hardcore gamer or anything like that, but he played like Spider-Man 2 that year, he played Baldur's Gate, and he thought Final Fantasy 16 was better than all of those games. And I just feel like it's a very casual, friendly game, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's not going to be for everyone, but I still think it's a good game in its own right, and a great soundtrack. Dude, I saw something on this Square Enix, the media post that people put out on why Final Fantasy 16 was a failure, and somebody said that, oh, the soundtrack isn't at the level of older... Whoa, what are we talking about? Final Fantasy 16 soundtrack is incredible! I get it, that's probably some wild complaint. Like, you could have complaints about Final Fantasy 16. It having a bad soundtrack is not one of them, alright there, buddy? Relax there. But, yeah, $35 gets you the DLC as well. That's quite good. So check that out. I'll give a mention to a game that I vehemently hate, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 85% off for $21. Now, listen, I say I vehemently hate Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but with that being said, it should be a criminal how many hours I put into Valhalla. Now, also, to be fair, a lot of my time playing Valhalla, I was kind of mentally checked out. I was listening to a podcast at the same time, and it was just kind of mundane going through the motions, and that's probably the best thing to describe AC Valhalla, is it's a lot of going through the motions. Okay, do this quest, go over here, going over there takes you 30 minutes, and then do a battle sequence, and then you rinse and repeat that, and that's, I get it, the sequence for a lot of games, but it's when it's so mundane for 150 hours, and then on top of all of that, you have one of the biggest charisma vacuums in gaming history and Ivor at the helm of the story. It was just vomit-inducing playing this game at times, but then again, I still put an absurd number of hours into this game. The Complete Edition being 85% off is kind of insane for how much content you're getting. You're getting all of the DLC, you're getting the Dawn of Ragnarok expansion as well. I personally thought Dawn of Ragnarok was atrocious, but yeah, like, dude, I crap on this game and I played Dawn of Ragnarok. Like, how much credibility can I have? But you know, I did love the Viking setting. I thought the soundtrack was good. Like, this is one of those games I turn it on, you get into the menu, and much like, you know, games like Dragon Age Origins, the track in the menu just sets the tone for the game so well, and then it's just absolutely abysmal. But again, a lot of people did like the game, and yeah, if you want a lot of content for your dollar, man, it's probably not gonna get much better than that, as far as sheer hours of gameplay. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Cross-Gen Bundle are both discounted. Jedi Fallen Order is $5.99, that gets you a PS5 upgrade, of course, it's a PS4 PS5 title, and then Jedi Cross-Gen Bundle is $15.99, which is ridiculous, given that you get Jedi Fallen Order, and then you get Jedi Survivor, and you get both the PS4 and PS5 versions of the game, which the PS4 version does go for usually a higher price point, buying it standalone, than the PS5 version, and figure that one out, but the PS4 version did come out later, so take that for what you will. And I do believe that the game, the PS4 version, does have a separate set of trophies, so if you're into that, if you like the game so much and you want both platinums, I guess you could go for that as well. But yeah, obviously Jedi Survivor had its myriad of technical issues, but I still thought the game was fantastic. Fallen Order is great as well, check that out. And then lastly, I will mention Elden Ring, 35% off for $39. Every time we talk about upcoming sales and things like that, I seem to see comments of people asking whether or not Elden Ring is going to be on sale, which just goes to show this is one of the go-to games that still people are going and picking it up. And lo and behold, for the big holiday sale, and it's the case on the Steam Winter Sale as well, Bandai Namco actually jacked up the discount price point of Elden Ring. It used to go on sale for $36, 40% off. A 4-year-old game, now they're like, alright, we can get a couple more dollars out of that. $39, which, by the way, Elden Ring physically was $15 on Amazon during Black Friday. You gotta love that digital tax. I bring up Elden Ring because, again, I see those comments, but during this season, this late December into January period, there's not a lot of games coming out, so it's my opportunity. It's this window of time, and sometimes in the midst of summer, that I get to play older games or replay games, and there are games that I wanted to replay, but your boy got bullied by his buddies to go and play Elden Ring again, and they wanted to watch me play it, and listen, I'm playing Elden Ring right now, and I am totally cheesing this game. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, I'm pretty transparent about how much I don't really gravitate towards these Souls-like games, but for some reason, I play all of them. I'm replaying Elden Ring right now, and I'm doing a total mage build, and I got my buddy, who, I have a few friends that just know a lot of these Souls-like games, particularly Elden Ring, inside and out, and they're just telling me everything about the game, where this item is, put a marker on here on the map, this is where this quest line starts, and it goes over here, get the best equipment here, etc., etc. It's like, dude, I am so impressed about how into these games some people are, that they know this game and how big this game is, like frontwards and backwards off the top of their head. They don't have to look up anything, and I was just like blown away. Like, how do you know this game that well off the top of their head? And the buddy of mine that's watching me play it, I actually have two friends watching me play it, he hasn't played this game in like a year, and it's still ingrained into the back of his mind where everything in this game is, and I'm just like, dude, respect. I could never do that in a game like this, but the Souls-like community gets so into their games, and it's quite impressive. And, you know, I don't know any game where I know it that well. That's on the scale of Elden Ring in the sense of this big open world where it's like them, and bear in mind that these people have put hundreds and hundreds of hours into Elden Ring. I get that, whereas I'm playing a lot of different games, so I'm not in the position to spend like 500 hours in a single game. But, yo, I was just like blown away. And I've always said, I think Elden Ring is incredible from a world design standpoint. It's just, man, some of the stuff in this game, it would be pretty difficult for me to figure it out, but I'm having an enjoyable time out of it. And like I said, this playthrough, I'm cheesing it with a mage build. I remember back in 2022 when I fought Godric for the first time, I think I was stuck on him for like 7 or 8 hours. That's how bad at these games I am, you guys. I 3-tried Godric this time around, but mage builds are kind of broken. And, you know, when you got people hand-holding you, alright, yo, this is my ideal way to play Elden Ring. But nonetheless, I wanted to go on a bit of a tangent since it's fresh in mind. And, yo, it is crazy. I looked through the trophy list on Elden Ring as well, and, you know, it's just funny to see where people drop the game 40% of people drop this game before they even beat Margaret. That's insane to me. Margaret's got like a 60% trophy completion rate. That just shows to me that so many people buy these games and they're just like, okay, not for me there. Whereas like a game like Final Fantasy 16, the completion rate on that game is 50%. Margaret, the first major boss, is at 60%, which is insane to me. But nonetheless, a little bit of a tangent there. Y'all know how I feel about the Souls-like games. Not really my cup of tea, but I keep going back and playing them for whatever reason, and I'm playing like all of them that come out. But that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals, as I mentioned. Check out instantgaming.com for your PSN credit a little bit cheaper. We'll leave a link in the description box below on that, and if you do buy any, we get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. But a lot of good deals available right now already, and more good deals will be rolling out tomorrow. A significant amount. Like, I would expect the holiday sale to have, you know, thousands and thousands of deals. We've got 164 for the early access. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.